Greetings, fellow Whovians. Well, today marks the final time that I will be reviewing a story from the era of the Second Doctor, Patrick Troughton. So, let's take a look at his final adventure, The War Games. On an alien planet, the Doctor uncovers a diabolical plot to conquer the galaxy, with brainwashed soldiers abducted from Earth, forced to fight in simulated environments, reflecting the periods in history whence they were taken. The aliens' aim is to produce a super army from the survivors. To this end, they have been aided by a renegade from the Doctor's own race of the Time Lords, calling himself the War Chief. Joining forces with rebel soldiers who have broken their conditioning, the Doctor and his companions foil the plan and stop the fighting. The War Chief is apparently killed when the Warlord realizes he has been plotting against him. The Doctor admits he needs the help of the Time Lords to return the soldiers to their own times, but in asking, risks capture for its own past crimes, including the theft of the TARDIS. After sending the message, he and his companions attempt to evade capture, but are caught. Dun dun dun. Having returned the soldiers to Earth, the Time Lords place the Warlord on trial and dematerialize him. They erase Zoe and Jamie's memories of traveling with the Doctor and return them to the point in time just as they enter the TARDIS. Then they place the Doctor on trial for stealing the TARDIS and breaking the rule of non-interference. The Doctor presents a spirited defense, citing his many battles against the evils of the universe. Accepting this defense, the Time Lords announce that his punishment is exile to Earth. The operation of the TARDIS is wiped from his memory, and its next regeneration is imposed, as the Second Doctor complains defiantly. So, yeah, that's basically it. So, let's look at some continuity production elements of the story. The time machines designed by the War Chief and used by the Time Lords are called side rats, and a version of the name TARDIS. This name is used only once on screen during the serial, and then merely in passing. The expanded acronym is revealed to stand for Space and Interdimensional Robot All-Purpose Transporter in the 1979 novelization by Malcolm Hulke. It is repeated in the Virgin New Adventures novel Time Worm Exodus by Terrance Dicks, which forms a sequel to the War Games. For the first time, this serial names the Doctor's race as the Time Lords. His reasons for leaving and the fact that he stole the TARDIS are also revealed, although other aspects of his backstory remain a mystery. Again, the concept of regeneration is presented, but not named in this serial, following the 10th planet / the power of the Daleks. The Time Lords refer to this process as a change of appearance. The process was eventually named a Planet of Spiders, then were directly attributed to the earlier two changes. In the first episode, the Second Doctor kisses Zoe on the forehead. This display of platonic affection is the first time that the Doctor kisses one of his companions, and it definitely won't be the last time, trust me. In the final episode, the Time Lords wipe Zoe's mind and return her to the Wheel, where she encounters Tanya Lernov, a character from The Wheel in Space. A set from The Wheel in Space was rebuilt, and actress Claire Jenkins rehired for this one scene. The Big Finish Productions audio drama Fear of the Daleks shows an older Zoe having detailed dreams of her adventures with the Doctor, suspecting that something is blocking her memory, and seeing a psychiatric counselor in an effort to understand the dreams. This is further explored in later audio Legend of the Cybermen, in which Zoe carries out tests and learns that she has aged 2 years, concluding that she spent time with the Doctor. Episode 10 is the final episode of Doctor Who to be produced in black and white. Additionally, while the War Games never depicted the Doctor's regeneration itself, it was later depicted in TV comic, which depicted the exiled Doctor's exploits on Earth, before in a comic entitled The Nightwalkers, showing the Doctor dragged into the TARDIS by animated scarecrows, allowing a change of appearance to take place. The Second Doctor's regeneration was also depicted in Devious, a fan-produced film starring John Pertwee in his last appearance as the Third Doctor. The Second Doctor's appearance in Terrance Dicks' BBC Books' Eighth Doctor Adventurers novel, The Eight Doctors, occurs during this story. A flashback in Terrance Dicks' BBC Books' Past Doctor Adventurers novel Players depicts the Second Doctor encountering Carstairs and Lady Jennifer during the real First World War, with their memories of the serial erased by the Time Lords. The subsequent novel World Game elaborates on this flashback by looking at the circumstances that led to the Time Lords offering the Doctor a pardon and his known sentence of regeneration and exile in exchange for helping them deal with various problems that could not be officially that they could not be officially involved in. His original sentence would have been execution. As the TARDIS crew tried to escape the Time Lords in episode 10, brief clips from The Web of Fear and Fury from the Deep are used to show the TARDIS in locations supposedly out of the Time Lord's reach. A model shot from episode 1 of The Wheel in Space is used after Zoe is sent back to her own time and place by the Time Lords. Since this episode is missing, the shot sampled in the War Games is the only known surviving footage from this episode. Similarly, the shot sampled from Fury from the Deep is from episode 1 of that serial, which is also missing, and the shot sampled is the only surviving footage from that episode. Patrick Troughton's eldest son David made his second appearance in Doctor Who in episode 6 of the story as Private Moore, having first appeared in The Enemy of the World. He subsequently appears as King Peladon in The Curse of Peladon in 1972, and again as Professor Hobbs in Midnight in 2008. Jane Sherwin, who played Lady Jennifer Buckingham, was producer Derek Sherwin's wife. Terence Baylor had previously played Yindam in The Ark. Hubert Reeves had previously appeared in Fury from the Deep and will return for The Seeds of Doom. Edward Brayshaw had previously played Leon Colbert in The Reign of Terror. James Bree later played Nefred in Full Circle and the Keeper of the Matrix in The Ultimate Foe. Leslie Schofield later played Caleb in the Face of Evil. Peter Craze had previously played Dako in the Space Museum and would appear again as Costa in Nightmare of Eden. David Seville would later appear as Windsor in The Closet of Axos and as Colonel Crichton in The Five Doctors. Philip Maddock had previously appeared in The Crotons as Elik, in the films Daleks, Invasion Earth 2150 AD as Dalek collaborator Broccoli. He would later go on to play Dr. Solon in The Brain of Morbius and Fenner in The Power of Kroll. Bernard Hrufzell, first Time Lord, had previously appeared as Noah Gulliver in The Mind Robber and was subsequently played Taran in Planet of the Daleks and Chancellor Goth in The Deadly Assassin. In 2003, he appeared in Davros, a Doctor Who audio drama produced by Bit Finish Productions. Bernard Dobchev later played Shimmer in the Fifth Doctor audio drama The Children of Seth. So overall, a pretty interesting and unique final adventure for the Second Doctor, although this wouldn't be the last time we would see the Second Doctor in action, trust me. So, overall, I give the War Games 5 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, join me next week as I look at my top 10 favorite Second Doctor adventures, and then after that, we delve into the adventure of the Third Doctor, played, of course, by the amazing and fabulous Jon Pertwee. So, until then, this is Whovian Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a chili, baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.